Hello and welcome to round 3 of the Virtual Touring Masters.
Inside SimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
So here we are at round 3. We are at the Cleveland racetrack. It's actually an airport track and it's nice and bumpy. And I'm joined once again by Mr. Keith Barrick, our Canadian commentator.
Hello.
So hello Keith, how's it going?
Feeling a little under the weather, so I'm going to try to limit my head movements here. But Cleveland is a very exciting track. I've always loved watching this track in IndyCar. But now we've got some Virtual Touring Masters as my cat just jumped on my desk.
Lovely. A bit closer to home than the first 2 rounds. We were at Spa and then followed by Salzburg Ring. 2 epic races, to be honest. Bit closer to home in North America for you, Keith.
Yes, it is. Cleveland's actually fairly close to where I live. The track is built out of an airport, obviously, as you've covered, and is extremely wide, so should prove some interesting racing today.
Yeah, I think we're both looking forward to it. It's one of those tracks which probably will suit the lighter cars, such as the Capri, such as the Lancia, and also obviously the Toyota as well, that Robert Wiesenmuller has been so successful in so far this season. So we're just going to have a quick look at the standings so far, just to recap where we are. So after winning that last round, Robert Wiesenmuller was topping the table, but he was docked 8 points for contact on the first lap with Matteo Orban, something I don't think he was very happy about. He is actually going to race this round, having signed out previously, so he's changed his mind, which is good, because it's nice to have another front runner up there. And obviously Jesper Talborg's up there as well. Ross McGregor, though, is currently leading the championship despite a poor round 2, but he was our race 1 winner, and he took advantage of Wiesenmuller and Talborg getting together at Spa. So it's going to be about those 3 and whether people like Matt Richards can step up to the plate, and Tommy Ayala is showing good pace as well here. So it could all close up at the top.
Well, absolutely, and also, as far as I remember, Rob Taplin did post that he had actually just purchased a new computer. He was complaining about frame rates at the last round, and this will make a huge difference for him in his stability running around, especially just in general. I mean, if you're suffering from any type of frame rate issues, it can really affect your performance all around.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to affect your input lag, and this is the sort of thing where it does differ to real life. It's about getting the best equipment in real life. You have, change things about the cars and upgrade suspension parts and so on. In here, we're on a much more level playing field, so it's the computing equipment that makes the difference. But apart from that, I mean, it's as close as you can get to real life, and it does make it an exciting challenge for the drivers to come here and race at TouringProSeries, and it's probably the most professional league on the planet right now.
Absolutely. Well, if we could pop on the track and have a look and give the viewers an idea of what they can expect to see in a lap around this track, as we're now on board with Jesper Talborg, who is a late comer to practice.
Yeah, he's just about to crack on and start another lap actually. So it's interesting to see this. You've got this. Oh, it's actually going to dive in the pit lane.
Diving in the pit.
Very long pit lane here. So you will see people. That wall is quite dangerous as well. So potential risk. Let's see if we can find anyone. Here's Matteo Orban just started a lap. So let's follow him around. He's driving the Porsche. And the Porsche has been one of the quicker cars this season so far. Perhaps not ideally suited to this track though, Keith.
Well, there's a couple of things. Suiting the car suited to the track was actually something I will cover in a minute here. The hardest part about this track is there's very little to go on for braking markers, being as flat as it is. I don't know about you, Toby, but whenever I've raced this track, I just found it very difficult because of the absolute flatness. It's so hard to see ahead, to like be prepared to turn in at certain points. You just don't have enough markers to use as visuals, and especially with the width of the track, you don't know if you turn in too early or too late. You don't know until it's already too late.
Yeah, it is hard to pick it, but it's a nice short lap, so it's quite easy to learn from that point of view. You can learn it fairly rapidly, so that will play into these guys' hands as Orban completes a lap. And the first corner here, it's a bit of a tight hairpin as well, so not very long run to the first corner. So hopefully we won't see too many shenanigans like we saw at Spa. But you can never quite tell with these guys. But hopefully we won't see any problems there. But after that is that you've got this. Whoa! He's hit a massive bump and got sideways. That's going to be a problem. The bumps are going to be a problem. It's not. It is bumpy, this track. There's no getting around it. It's an airport. It's not a smooth racing surface. It's basically a conversion once a year for racing. You know, in the Indy days, and this is the 1995 version of the track as well. So you know, perhaps these days you'd have a slightly smoother racing surface, but there you go. It is what it is, and these guys have got to deal with it.
Well, and currently sitting on the top of the table is Matt Richards, followed by Sebastian Rosemeyer, who I did call Rosemary in the last broadcast, and I do apologize. But Richards being followed by Rosemeyer, followed by Taplin, and then Oyala in fourth position. The two front runners in the championship, McGregor and Wiesemuller, are still not quite a ways up. As you can see, McGregor is back there in the 15th position, I believe. Wiesemuller, I believe, is just about to join the server, or is he already in?
He's not in. I can't see him anywhere.
And so Thalberg is Thalberg still
yeah,
on the
he's in 8th place, but we have seen him set a competitive time in practice of 107.1 he has set. So he perhaps is either hiding his pace or currently on race runs. The fuel does make a bit of a difference here, so he could be on race fuel, which is obviously a lot heavier than qualifying fuel, where you drop the fuel load as best you can to make the car as light as you can. We'll see how this plays out. Helborg certainly I would expect to be close towards the front, but some interesting names. We've seen Taplin be up the front of the timesheets a few times this season, and he hasn't converted it yet. He obviously got taken out of the last race by Brugman and Shepherd getting together. He's running a little bit too wide at the penultimate corner there, but Taplin, I reckon he could be a shout for an outside chance at the podium here. So it'll be interesting to see whether that happens.
And it would be his first podium in the Touring Pro Series. So, but he seems to be creeping ever so much closer to the top here, and he's got to be happy with his ever improving performances. Because as a driver, all you can do is just hope that as you're on track, every time you're out, you're improving just a little bit each time. That's the best way you can look at it.
Definitely, it's about generating that consistency, isn't it? And proving yourself over a championship stint, so to speak, and
getting in good form and just pushing through.
This is the man that does that the best.
For sure. Yeah. Well, he is the Iceman, and I mean,
we haven't said that for a while, have we? I don't think.
No, I don't think so. No, Thalberg's just a consistent performer and just incredibly talented. I mean, he's one of the best drivers in Touring Pro Series history. I would say probably one of the best sim drivers all around, because he just performs across a wide variety of sims, and just seems to get the results when needed. And that's one thing about Jesper. I'd
agree with that, and it's a personal point of view. It's a shame that we lost him at THR, but he's driving in this championship. There's no teams, so it's more of a level playing field. You drive for yourself in VTM. That is how it works.
It's just man and machine and the road ahead.
I thought you were going to crack out an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression then. That's your goal for today, is crack out a perfect Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, it's very good to see all the drivers here at the Cleveland airport, and we're very excited to see all these cars and the drivers putting it together, and should be a very good race today.
I love it. Okay. Back to the serious side, Matt Richards has set a time 6/10 faster than everyone else. This is obviously only practice at the moment. He quits back to the garage, just so I say that. But he looks good, and he looked great at Salzburgring as well. He was up near the front. He's vying for his first Touring Pro Series win, and by extension the first win in Virtual Touring Masters as well. He's down in the standings a little bit at the moment. He's down in about 10th place, I believe. So he's got some work to do if he wants to put a championship challenge together. But the point here, no one's really run away with it so far. RW has looked the strongest driver of the season, there's no doubt about that. But the way the points penalties have come in, and obviously there was contact with Talbog, it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Richards obviously is the kind of the dark horse here. Not championship standings. He's out of the loop at this point, and probably a lot to cover ground to make back up. But still, looking for a race. His very first race win was very quick at Salzburg Ring, but just couldn't quite convert to get that result that he wanted. Eric Tveit, again, this has been the story of the.
In the back end of that car
I'll just say the story as a whole for Eric Tveit. He has been suffering some terrible network issues where it results in him disconnecting on a regular basis, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And he's shown so much speed, which is such a shame because, to have that much speed and be in a position to get a good result and then just disconnect, it has got to be the most disheartening feeling in the world. And I know it would make it hard for me to actually hop back on the server and race again.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And but he's here, and to be honest, this car is not well suited to this track. So he may struggle today, but there are a few races coming up. I will just bring up the calendar if I can remember which one it is. We've got the calendar set up here, Keith?
I don't believe so.
Well, we'll just show you the next event anyway, because that's there you go. There's the calendar as well. So you've got some tracks that will suit Eric's fight in the M1. Hockenheim obviously will suit that car because it's got great straight line speed, and Österreichring as well coming up after that. Same again. He will benefit at those two tracks where it's all about top speed and not so much about handling and not so much about consistency, which other cars are sort of more attuned to. The other thing about the M1 I would say is that it's very low centre of gravity, and that does help at the bumpy track here. He's able to use a lot more grass than perhaps one or two other drivers would on the inside of the corners, and that will suit him at particularly Hockenheim, where the curbs are quite high. It's obviously the traditional, as he spins out on the grass there. It's a very traditional track, the Hockenheim 1991 layout I think it is, and that will suit him because it's got nice high curbs which he will be able to use and other drivers won't, and obviously long straights as well. So that's my tip for the next round. But at present he perhaps won't do so well here, but we will see. It's you can't count your chickens.
No, we cannot, and we got to put those eggs in one basket. So Matt Richards is my basket currently, as he's got 4 tenths over Talbog.
I think Matt Richards is almost there, but I don't think he's quite ready yet. I might be eating my words in an hour or so time.
I have blinding faith.
Blinding faith.
Yes.
Must be very good. Blinding faith.
That's right. It blinds. I'm blinded by the faith.
Very pretty car though. His car.
Yes, it is. It is
the car I would have driven if I'd have raced this championship.
Now, has Robert rejoined the server?
He's not. I don't see him anywhere. So, there he is in 30th place. So perhaps he was doing offline practice, which I wouldn't blame him for doing at all.
Here we go. We can catch him.
Is he gonna squeeze a lap in?
Yes, he is.
He crossed the line before it went to 0. So. What happens at the end of practice is that I believe it waits for the final person to cross the line to complete their lap. Well, that's certainly what happened in qualifying. I may be proved wrong. But RW, we haven't seen any times from him, so we don't know where he's going to be. And his car definitely
looks good already. So
his car is suited this track. No doubt about that at all in my mind.
Very stable.
Yeah, you've got Tommy Ayala up there in 3rd in the same car. There you go. It's going to continue now. It's obviously after 30 seconds.
We're now on to qualifying, which is going to be a 10-minute session, unlimited laps, and this is where the excitement comes because we have no idea what we're doing, and we don't usually know who's going to qualify pole, who's got a fast lap going, because we've seen at the last race, Stolberg's trying to squeeze his way out of the pits. We saw a surprise lap by Wiesemuller. Remember, we had no idea he was going to take the pole. He was 3 tenths off, and ended up squeezing it out in the last sector with just a surprise pole. So might see some more of that excitement here in the qualifying.
But then, of course, he had a poor start to that to the race. So
Yes.
whether that will happen again, I don't know. But that was a case of these cars. You have to use the clutch or lift the throttle to make sure that it definitely changes gear, which is realistic. That is like how it is in real life. If you were to drive these cars. So and obviously he was just getting a bit excited off the line and forgot to do that or whatever, and it bogged him down.
See, I thought he actually spilled his coffee in his lap. That's what I thought. That was just my.
That's
my
what
guess.
you thought. Okay.
Yeah, because these things come these things come standard with cup holders as well too.
Lovely. Thank you for that, Keith. So Matt Richards starting a lap. We'll just take you through a lap here. So it's just about to start a lap after the final chicane, of course. It's a nice wide start-finish straight, which is nice to see. You'll get cars spread out all over the place on the grid as they head into turn 1. And I've briefly touched on it. It is a tight hairpin, and it's all about getting the power down for the next straight.
Oh, very clean coming off that corner.
Yeah,
I like that.
Corner
that was really, really clean coming through there. Hit the apex and didn't have to use all the track, and that means he's just nailed it. It wasn't sideways. Little heavy through there, the left. Throws him off for the right. You can see out just a little bit off.
Yeah.
It's not. He's lost a bit of time, but you can tell that if you've nailed the right-hander, the left-hander just becomes so much easier. But it seems this track's it's a very transitioning track. You're going left to right, right to left, constantly.
Yeah.
It would seem, because now you've got two long rights here. So the right leads into another right. It's just very flowing track, and then we've got another right and a left as we finish this lap coming up.
It suits cars that have a lot of good direction change, and that's not the Porsche. It's the Toyota Celica, it's the Capri, basically. Those are the two cars that have good handling, a good direction change. So Richards did set us a 107.1 in practice, and he's set a 107.4, so that's a very good banker lap.
Yes.
And I half wonder if he's deliberately running a little bit wide away from the apex at this chicane that you're about to see. Well, you would be about to see, but I'm going to jump back through the pack.
Well, that's coming up. You'll probably see him go purple if he can attack the right and the left coming up. But
Rosemary's only
third.
Rosemary's only a couple tenths off. So we'll see what he can do as McGregor gets out of the way on the right of our shot, and he comes through the final chicane now. He has been up and down a little bit this season so far, but he's in the right car for this race. He's in the Capri. Set to 108.2, which puts him in 4th provisionally at the moment. Let's see if we've got anyone. Oh, Robert Wiesenmuller goes up to 3rd, so he's obviously got reasonable pace here at the very least. Let's see if he can improve over the session. Who else have we got on track? David Yunt has been in and around the top 10 so far this season, and he's just about to start his flying lap. Let's see how the Capri handles the bumps, just whether he has the same sort of grip level that Matt Richards had.
Matt Richards goes to a 107 flat. 107 flat for Matt Richards. That is the fastest lap we have seen. So clear, and it didn't show him as going purple, so I'm guessing he must have been close. Now, yeah, okay, I just want to make sure I'm reading that right. Eric DeVite goes up to 2nd.
Nice time.
Eric DeVite up to 2nd.
Yeah, nice time from Dwight, but obviously we have seen low 7, so I should think he'll get beaten before the session is out, unless he can improve himself. Junt is 8 tenths off, so let's see if we can find someone who is going quickly. Lars Brugman, I think, was all there. Tim Straub, Łukasz Demelin is 2.5 seconds off as he crosses the line. Gary Lennon, 1.8 seconds off through sector 2. See if we can find Rob Taplin is down in 8th at the moment, but he has shown stronger pace than that previously. So let's just head on board with Taplin as he comes through towards the end of sector 2 through the double right-hander and onto the straight that leads into the pit lane. You've got to keep just to the left of that yellow line to avoid the pit entry wall, and it can be a little bit confusing to get lost there, and I can see someone hitting that before the race is done.
It'll be spectacular if someone does, but it'll also be unfortunate at the same time. And who's at the Jesper Talbot? Jesper Talbot goes to 2nd with a 107.322, just ahead of Tommy Oyala.
Yeah, that's a good time from Talbot actually. Only a couple of tenths off his PB and only 3 tenths off Richards. Excuse me. We're watching Dwight now.
Oh, he's close.
He's close. Yeah, less than. Well, he's half a tenth off the current pole position. So let's head on board with the roaring M1. I do love the sound of this thing. It does make a fantastic noise. So heading through the left
Well,
and
that
then
looks
the
clean.
right.
He's got a really good transition through there. Get right out to the edge of the track. He's going to make a, if he can get this right down perfect. Oh, he's got a lot of speed. He's carrying right out to the edge of the track. He's a 10th off at this point. So it's all going to be about his straight line speed. And we know this thing can move in a straight line.
Yeah.
He's got a right and a left coming up, a little bump. He's going to need to make sure he doesn't hit any bumps. Got to get your braking marks down perfect. Get turned into the right. All right, looks clean. Through the left, down to the start-finish line straight. Can Eric Tveit take down Matt Richards as he comes across the line? No, he goes to third, though, just ahead of Tommy Oyala. 107.389.
Good time from Tveit.
Very good time.
RW's just gone purple through sector 2, so this could be a pole position lap for Robert Wiesemuller. He's a 10th up on Richards. This could be a 106, Keith.
We could pause.
Oh, he just misses the pit lane. He's looking at his times or something, I would think. Coming through the final chicane. Beautiful.
Very clean. Oh, just car off
right.
a little wide there. Is he going to do it? Robert Wiesemuller trying to take away the pole. Second. No, not quite. He lost a full 2/10, a little more than 2/10 in that last sector.
Oh, Tveit on 2 wheels.
Tveit gets onto the handy cuts and gets up on 2 wheels.
See what Taubal can do as he comes towards the second split, and he's 7/10 down. I don't think this is Taubal's. This is going to be Taubal's track. Oh, Ayala was 3/10, only 3/10 off pole position as he crossed the line, so he set a good lap time. Lars Brugman moves up into 10th place. Junt put a wheel on the grass there, despite being less than a 10th down through sector 1. So that's a shame for David.
Just getting
Junt.
a little anxious, little antsy, as you know you're running quick. He's David Taplin is in 7th, Orban is in 8th, and Anders Nilsson in the 9th. So Taplin up to 7th now.
Nilsson coming towards the end of his lap as well. Haven't seen any sector splits from him. Looked a little bit loose, and yeah, he's had to go back to the garage as a result of that. Let's see what Brugman can do. He's in the right car for this track, I would say. Oh, massively sideways. He's going to get away with that one. Richard
seems to be confident in his lap that he doesn't think he's going to go any quicker, so he has parked his car.
I don't blame him.
That is some serious confidence in your lap. That's the quickest we've seen him go, and I think the quickest lap we've seen at all completely. And I think he's just like, you know what? If someone's got me beat on that, good for you.
Joint championship leader Ross McGregor moves up into 8th position, so he is in the hunt. He's got a little bit of work to do, I would say, with just 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the session, and it's going to be about whether Robert Wiesemuller can take pole, can Jesper Taubal get there. Orban's only 2/10 off through the first sector, but that's not good enough. It might be enough to improve him, however, so we'll just carry on with this lap if we can. There's Eric Tveit in front of him as well on track. I think he's on an out lap. I think we just saw him spin, or run wide, excuse me, on 2 wheels. So Orban is coming towards the second split now, just through this right-hander is the second split. Look at the dust being thrown up as the car goes offline there. I didn't actually see it through the dust cloud. Going through the second split, 7/10 off. It's not good enough for Orban. See if we can pick anyone else. McGregor's on an out lap. Junt is 7 seconds down, so obviously had a spin or a bit of a problem. Rob Taplin is coming through the first part of the lap now. He's run a little bit too wide though. So difficult to get the braking right, as you say, in this track, because there's no references really. Tveit starting a lap. He's got 1 minute left, so he can complete this lap and do another 2 if he's lucky. Anders Nilsson goes purple through the first sector, so let's see what Nilsson can do on the rest of the lap.
Ooh, Anders Nilsson, yeah, going purple so far. As long as he can keep it consistent, he should move up quite a few spots.
Yeah, he's in the right car again. I would say the Capri and the Celica are the 2 cars to have here. The Lancia is reasonably competitive here as well, I would say. But Nilsson coming through the second split now, 4/10 off, but it's
still a big improvement. It'll be a big improvement if he can hold on to this.
4/10 off would put him up in about 5th position. So
yeah, that's a huge jump for him. He's currently sitting in 10th with a 108. Oh, so that would put him up 6/10 quicker than when he is. Little too far to the inside there. Oh, as we see a car go up and over on the.
Wiesemuller purple will head to him in a second. He's just come through sector 2. Anders Nilsson crosses the line now. He does move up. Yeah,
very nice.
Gain 2/10. Wiesemuller is coming towards the final chicane now, so he is purple through sector 2. We saw him lose time through the final sector to Richards. Richards obviously had a worldy final sector. Wiesemuller coming towards
that
the
looks
start
clean.
line
I think
now.
that's going to be the pole. I think
You
that's going to
reckon?
do it. He's going to cross.
Yeah!
6.972. Wiesemuller to pole. He does it again. He sneaks it in and takes the pole away at the
Richards
very
will be
last.
gutted.
Oh,
Absolutely
wow.
gutted. Takes it by just over a tenth. First time we've seen in the sixes as well for Wiesemuller, so he obviously has the car hooked up round here. Talbot coming through sector 2. Oh, he's run too wide.
Yeah, he wasn't on
It
a
was
fast
slow
lap
anyway.
anyways, yeah, so
Yeah, hasn't got time to start another one. Who else is on the lap? Rob Taplin, 6th position still for Taplin. But that's great for him, though. That's a great qualifying position for him. David Yunt's about to come through sector 2. Haven't seen his sector 1 split, so whether Yunt can improve. Rosenmeyer moves up into 9th place. Yunt on 2 wheels. He's not going to improve on this lap, unfortunately. He's already 9 tenths down. He just grazed the wall as well. Is there anyone else? I believe there is.
It's looking like it's going to be a very exciting race.
1 minute 20. Done to wreck that now. I think we're done. I don't think David Yunt. Yeah, David Yunt put it in the pit lane. So Wiesemuller takes pole position again, Keith.
Yeah, just another surprising lap. We just snuck it in there, and I guess Richards might beat himself up for not trying to get that 106. But still, fantastic times up at the front. But we should just take a quick break. We'll be right back. I can't look at the mouse too much.
No worries.
Oh, I have a bucket next to me just in case.
Keep it going, dude.
Oh my God, I'm holding it together, dude.
TV, the fastest show on the internet.
Holding her together.
News and reviews since 2007.
I can't click on multiple.
With new shows every week.
We are back to go through the grid for you. So Robert Wiesemuller again taking pole position for the 3rd time this season, Keith.
Yes, Wiesemuller.
Sorry.
Yeah, Wiesemuller pulls off another surprise pole. I mean, the last race we saw at Salzburg, he came out of nowhere with a lap that we just were not expecting. This one, he showed the pace. He was close, but we did not expect to see a 106, and he pulled it off. It was fantastic of him.
Yeah, we weren't anticipating that, but it's hard to say when someone doesn't do laps and doesn't give away their times, which is what RW did this round. Matt Richards taking an second position. Quite frankly, he'll be up there again. It's the top 4 from Salzburg, actually, that battled away in the first 20 or so laps. So we've got Talborg in 3rd position with Twice in 4th. I anticipate again Twike might get further up the field as a result of his top speed. We'll see.
Well, we also need to be prepared for it, but we have to make sure that he does not disconnect.
Yes, I pray that doesn't happen because I do feel awful for him. It didn't happen the other day in the minis for him, so perhaps his luck will turn. Tommy Ayala and Rob Taplin, as I said, on row 3. Anders Nielsen and David Yunt on row 4, both in Capris. And Rosemeyer also in a Capri, in the orange Jägermeister Capri in 9th position. Ross McGregor, our joint championship leader, down in 10th place. So he's got some work to do if he wants to hang on to that championship lead. Further down the order, Matej Orban and Scott Cervik are in 11th and 12th places respectively. And Lars Brugman and Bruno Salsa Ferreira in 13th and 14th place. Simon Shepherd, who had some contact with Lars Brugman in the last race, if you remember, he's in 15th place, so quite close to Brugman on the grid. Pedro Amaral in 16th. Raul Pereira, Carlos Ortiz, Rhys Gardner, Gary Lennon, Andy Bernard and Tony Matthews behind those guys. Jonathan Ockerklint and Łukasz Demelin 23rd and 24th. Anderson in 25th place. Tim Straub in 26th. Decent result for his 2nd ever race on rFactor. And Tomasz Demelin rounds out the field. So we have 27 drivers for this race, Keith.
Yeah.
And it's going to be about who you think may actually be able to take the victory here. I think RW looks strong, but...
well, we did see this with the top 4 we saw at Salzburg. These 4 guys raced pretty heavily. Tveit did fall off a little bit near the end of the race, and then ended up ultimately disconnecting, which really I fell for him. He was close; he was going to get a good finish, but with the battling between these guys at Salzburg Ring was fantastic. Wiesenmuller had a poor start, but made his way back through, and we should see the exact same thing again. And what do we have? We have a multitude of cars up near the front again.
Yes, we do. We have a nice variety, I would say, of cars. So it's great to have a multi-car championship for once going on. So that's what we've got, and that's what you've got to enjoy as well. You've got the Lancia, which we're looking at now in Łukasz Demlin's hands. Got the Porsche, which Carl Saltese is running there. Łukasz Demlin, he's also in a. We just talked about him. He's in a Lancia.
Love that car right there.
Yeah, that's another Porsche for you. Bruno Salsa Ferreira's black, orange, yellow vehicle. Tor Anderson is in a Capri. As a Celica, excuse me. You've got a whole gaggle of Porsches. They were the fastest cars prior to the season. Another Capri there for you. You've got Outfight in his M1.
Yes.
An absolute beast to that car. So you've got all these different makes of car. They've all got their strengths and weaknesses, and that's what makes this championship so unique, particularly within Touring Pro Series. So it's one of my favourites, I have to say. I've been a fairly regular driver on it, so we'll see how it plays out here.
And now you're a commentator.
Yeah, now I'm commentator, yes.
We've got, so we're going to be doing a warm-up lap where the drivers will spin around the track one time at a fairly reasonable speed without swerving or hitting anybody. And then they will line back up to take the green flag and to see them do a bit of a parade here.
Yeah, you got it. So we've got Matt Richards and Wiesenmuller on the front row. Richards on the inside for turn one. Which may be beneficial for him, actually. I think that's where I'd like to be. That's where I'd like pole anyway.
Well, and the other thing is turn one at this track, and this is just typical of what you would see when in IndyCar. It just turn one, you can go about 17 wide. It's just so wide on entry, but because of it's so wide, you have such a wide exit as well. You think you've got the pass done, but the guy on the outside has enough track that he can hold it and carry on by. It is a little deceiving when you do decide to put your nose down the inside. It almost makes it to complete a pass. You do almost need to be as close to the car that is on the outside as possible, so you can limit their turning. Well,
definitely.
Just limit their ability to take the corner as quickly as possible. You're just trying to be as close to the same line as they are, so you're not losing momentum on exit. And you'll see that as the race goes on. And turn one will be interesting because of how wide it is. Anybody who gets a really good start is going to look to capitalize on the fact that you could literally fit a couple of planes down into turn one.
That's what it is. Designed for this track. So
did you see what I did there?
You're flying along with it. No more joke.
Well, this race is about to take flight here.
No more.
All right. As long as we don't see anybody, getting into that pit wall, we will be. It will be a good day for racing, because that pit wall is very scary, and it is at one of the highest speed parts of the track.
It's there to be hit, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's not being around the bush here.
It actually is screaming, "Hit me!" And if it does happen, we were really hoping we can show it to you on the broadcast. But these are all professionals here, and
they'll try their best not to.
They will try their best not to. But as you can see, this is a fantastic shot, though, of how wide this track is. We're going to ride on board.
We're going to ride on board with Robert Wiesenmuller for the start of this race, just to show you the lights coming on and off. The grid will form up now. You can see them in the background, just doing their final little 1 or 2 burnouts prior to settling down. And making sure that they are all nicely lined up on the grid, and the lights will come on, and then they will go to the green, and we will be racing for the 3rd round of the Virtual Touring Masters. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, and it is green, and we are go. And Robert Wiesenmuller again has been left. He's again been left, and Matt Richards takes the lead heading into turn 1. I think Fight is on the inside of Wiesenmuller as well, and he takes 2nd position from Wiesenmuller, there's a little bit of contact further back. I think that was perhaps David Junt making a dive to the inside, leaving his braking a little bit too late, but mostly a clean start for the front of the field.
Really wide there on the back, but yeah, Wiesenmuller again not getting off the line.
No, he did not, and he's down into third position straight away. He's on the back foot. You've got Talborg is settled in fourth place, but he's got Tommy Ayala attacking him, and Ayala dives to the inside of Talborg and is going to take that position away, or is he? Or they go side by side. He loses out, does Talborg. So Ayala up to fourth. Great move.
Great move. Ayala just showing some authority here at the start of this race. Talborg going to try to get back by as Ayala was a very robust with that move there.
Yes, he
just
was.
Saying, look, I don't care if you're multi-champion. I'm Tommy Ayala and I'm coming through.
Ignore the pit times on the right-hand side. That's just a little bit of a bug, but we'll carry on. So Ayala is up to fourth place. Talborg is down in fifth, but the big news is that RW from pole position has dropped to third place and promotes Matt Richards, who crosses the line ahead of Twite by 0.5 seconds. Wiesenmuller is in third place. Ayala fourth. Talborg fifth. Taplin in 6th place, Rosemeyer in 7th place, so he's kept his 7th place off the grid. Anders Nielsen is in 8th position. Ross McGregor has moved up a little bit up into 9th place, so that's good for him as Rob Taplin attacks Talborg now. Down the inside into the right-hander, and he moves up into 5th place. Great move.
I'm definitely not used to seeing Talborg go backwards on the timesheets, but clearly is having a rough time here at the start of this race.
Yeah, he's struggling in the early stages of this race. Got some work to do, but Taplin moves up the inside, takes the position away, and he is in 5th place in the Capri and demotes the Porsche down into 6th place. Rosemeyer is holding on to 7th from Nielsen. Those two have gapped a little bit. McGregor's got to make a little bit of progress. He's got Scott Sovic in front of him now, so he will be looking to make that move as soon as he possibly can. We'll just watch back from Sovic's car as the front of the field head through towards the end of lap 2, and let's head forwards actually, because if you look, RW is all over the back of Eric Twite, and this could be tight. They're just 2 tenths apart as they cross the line. Oh, and Twite's run wide!
Sideways!
He's going to hold on to it, I think, just about as a result of his better exit speed in that M1, but those two were side by side.
And we do apologize for the pits there. They seem to be just running on a cycle there. I think it's just a small glitches. RW has gotten a little bit sideways. We had, unfortunately, again, we had Reese Gardner.
Simon Shepard and Reese Gardner, both DNF, by the way.
Yeah, so. Simon Shepard. Also, we had David Yunt drop quite a ways back. Oh, RW is
side by side.
He's down the inside. And he's through. Eric White doesn't have anything to answer back with.
No, he does not right now. So RW promotes himself back up into 2nd place. But look at the gap that Richards has got. Richards has got a huge gap. He's got to be careful he doesn't clip the wall. Oh, it's right out. Look at this scene through the final sections of this lap. We are joined by Reese Gardner. Let's have a quick word with our Australian friend. So what happened, Reese?
It was just a straight up disconnection, guys.
Gutted.
I'm really gutted because, you know, this race especially, it was looking really good for me in the Lancia. I was closer to the top than I have been at Spa and at Salzburgring, but I don't know, my internet had other ideas, I guess.
Oh, Reese, I feel so bad for you, man. We've been racing together a long time, and I don't think I've ever seen you have such bad luck at any time throughout our racing together.
Even in the early days of ATCC, it wasn't as bad as this.
No, just keep your head up, man. We do hope things turn around and see a little bit more luck for you. But we just got to get back to the action here. So Reese,
yeah, we just watched Jesper Talborg running onto the anti-cut Ayala on 2 wheels. Jesper Talborg running onto the anti-cut in the final corner. He's dropped back down into 10th place, so he's got lots of work to do from there. Showed a quick replay as we were speaking to Reese. Thank you for joining us, Reese.
That's alright, guys. Have a good race. Or
thanks,
commentating
Reese.
or whatever.
Yeah, alright, Reese. Take care.
Nice one. So Talborg's got all the work in the world to do from there.
Oh, that's it's very uncharacteristic of Talborg, but just you seem to have a slow start and just seems to little things keep adding up to it. He just doesn't seem to be on point.
Yeah, he's dropped back behind Ross McGregor, so those two both in Porsches, so similarly matched cars. Tommy Ayala looks like he wants to have a go at Eric Twite on almost every corner so far. I think Twite made a great move on and Twite's hit the anti-cut as well here, so he got away with it better than Talborg did, but this will give Ayala the chance to get up the inside. We saw Ayala made a great move on the opening lap as well, So let's see if Ayala can do it. He does it again. He's got the inside. Oh, they're going to move side by side through the right-hander. Twight holds on, but can he do the undercut?
He hits the grass. He goes a little bit wide, and he's trying again. Ayala down the inside. No, not quite. Not quite.
Oh, that was his opportunity. Yeah, these guys are going to be at it for the next few laps. Twight, oh, it's so close to the wall through the exit of that corner. You can see that's a fantastic camera shot, to be honest. But look at the gap up front. It was 1.9 seconds. It's coming down, Keith.
Yep, it is. And Richards has been fairly consistent, but he's not running quite the fast laps he needs to. Oh, just as I say that, they both go fast lap, the two of them. 107.8 to a 107.6. So RW is in a bit of a, I think, in a bit of a charge here. You know, letting himself down on the start again, 2 races in a row. Also, just to point out, Ross McGregor is up to 8th position, so steadily moving forward.
Yeah,
there's a couple of other things that happened at the back.
Contact between, I think that was Brugman and Pereira.
Who was that?
And Brugman has got away with it. Well, Pereira has not. Replay. Let's have a look, see what happened here. So, Brugman on the back of Pereira. Oh, Pereira moves across.
Yeah, I just pull that back a little bit there, Toby.
Yeah,
change views. Oh, and we have a driver sitting on the track.
I just think Pereira swerved into the line.
Oh no,
here,
he's sideways there. He's up. It looks like the back end's coming across there.
One final look from this camera angle. So
it's hard to see from that angle.
Can't see, but hard to say.
It's really hard to say. That it just looks like he came down the track and Brugman was just on the move forward down the inside there.
Yeah, nothing. It looked like a racing. It looked initially like Pereira moved across, but I think it's just a racing incident. But these two are close together, Orban and Servic. So let's see whether these two can have a ding-dong battle over the next few laps. Gary Lennon and Ortiz are close together as well, just a few tenths apart. So
just to point out, earlier on, Ortiz got into the back of Yunt.
Ayala's down in 7th place. Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
I don't know what happened to him. Go on, carry on. What
no, just
look what's happened here. It's Twight. That's what happened. So Twight's run a little bit deep, got it sideways. Oh, he's gone for the apex. Oh, it's so tight. I was penalised for an almost identical thing in the Porsches. So it's hard when you make a late apex on a corner like that to say if that's for me that's a racing incident. But we'll see how that one goes. But drops Ayala back.
Yeah, are we still on replay?
No, we're back to live action now.
Okay.
So this is McGregor making his way through the pack as well, by the way.
Yeah, and Ayala, I would say probably took a little bit of damage there, as McGregor's just doing the consistent thing. He's running consistent lap times. Wieser Mueller sets the fastest lap yet again. As he's in pursuit.
Excuse me, we are not on. We're now on off replay. There you go.
Yes. So
you were correct. I do apologise.
You were giving trouble to, I believe, Mr. Callan for that earlier on.
I was no such thing.
You were.
Oh, and Richard's a bit wide in turn 1. He's got away with it. Not turn 1. Excuse me.
You can just see. You can see RW looks very smooth and consistent at this point. But Richards, this is the same position he was in at Salzburg Ring.
Yeah, it is, and we saw who came out on top there. It was all about Wiesenmüller overtaking Richards and pulling away in the latter stages of that. But he's cruised up to the back of him, but Richards has been a little bit off colour. It's not because Wiesenmüller's genuinely faster, it's just Richards hasn't put together a couple of good laps. So this is not over by any means. Look at Twight coming through in 3rd place. Every lap to the wall.
Yeah,
they're coming up on lap traffic here as well.
He likes to live dangerously.
They're coming up on Łukasz Demlin's obviously had a poor opening start.
We only got a couple laps to go, another 37 to go, or 36 to go, no big deal.
Yeah, there's not enough time for anything to happen, is there?
No, not at all. We've already seen quite a bit happen so far. Where is Tolberg?
Tolberg is in 9th place. Do you remember he dropped back as a result of running wide?
Yes, I just couldn't quite see him there. Okay, so he's back in 9th. He's not quite closing up on
Tolberg, so deep into that corner. He's going to be under threat from Brugman here, so he's 10th place. Sorry, carry on, Keith.
No, just saying he's not quite closing up as quick as you would expect, so if he's quite got the pace that's needed here. Maybe perhaps the Porsche just isn't quite suited for this track here.
Well, I would say that's probably the case. It's the highest centre of gravity as well, so it doesn't handle the bumps too well, and Brugman thinks better of a move through there. But these guys battling for the final positions in the top 10. They're going to go side by side. Again, Brugman being patient, thinking about it. thinking about it, going side by side. No, again. Sovic takes.
Oh, look at this! Oh God, he hits the wall.
Oh.
He's down the inside. Is he going to do it? This
side by side,
fully alongside. If you're going to commit to this move, as that wall gets really, really close, he backs off and just pulls back in line. And you got to avoid those bumps through there. Try to get
allowed all ban to close up, by the way.
Oh, so, this is a good battle you got going on here. These 3 cars.
Yeah, looking back from Sovic's car, and this is not a good view. Oh, and he's going to get a bit of a run here. Is Mr. Brugman? Oh, a bit sideways though.
Good advertising for Worth.
Because you're worth it. So, so Brugman, Sovic, this is the closest battle on the track. Nielsen, I'll say that. Nielsen, look at this. Ayala, Nielsen, Rosenmeyer, almost 3 wide through there. Ayala, I would say, is probably the quickest car out of these 3. He's looking for the inside. He's looking very aggressive. Is Tommy Ayala up the inside? And this is a double right-hander, so he's going to take the position here. What a move.
What a move. That was fantastic. Tommy Ayala has actually, I would say, made the most moves out of anybody so far, even though he has dropped down a few spots.
And they've been clean as well. And
they've been very good.
Getting up towards Rosenmeyer here. He's looking for the inside. It's not going to happen here through the final chicane.
I saw that coming. When you double take a move like that into a corner like that with anti-cuts, the car gets so out of shape so quickly. This battle here is allowing. Oh, look at how late that is! Ayala just makes the move, and look who's closing up. Ross McGregor is now on the back of Rosenmeyer, and he's got a chance to get by these 3 now with this battle going on.
Not just that. Look at Talbot.
There's Talbot.
Look at Talbot. He's there, and he's sniffing around as well. So, at worst, these guys are fighting for 5th place. So, Ross McGregor and Talbot are not out of a good point-paying position by any stretch of the imagination. I'll just head up front towards the gap. This is Łukasz Demlin being lapped, so hold your horses there. But Wiesmuller and Richards, a bit of debris on the track there. If it was an actual IndyCar race, this would be a yellow flag caution. But it's not like that here. We carry on racing. We carry on racing here. So Wiesmuller within 6/10 of Richards. He's there, but can he do anything about it?
Well, the other thing is Rob Taplin, very quietly, 4th position. Could potentially be a podium finish for Rob.
Could well be. He's there, isn't he? And you never know what's going to happen to fight with his connection.
Exactly. Oh, look at the back. Sorry to interrupt. McGregor is all over the back of Rosenmeyer, and he's going to have a look very shortly here as Jägermeister. I'm now getting thirsty as we follow along with the Jägermeister car. I actually don't know if I can stomach Jägermeister at this point in time, but
we're on board with a Vorsteiner car here, Keith. What about that?
Vorsteiner. I don't know what that means.
No worries, it's a German word.
I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Talbot's there as well. 2 Porsches lying astern as well, so they're attacking the Capri of Sebastian Rosenmeyer, as you alluded to, in the Jägermeister orange livery, and they're battling away, aren't they? They're just not quite close enough to make a move right now. Brugman and Orban, and look at this.
Oh, y'all are trying to run the outside.
It's Brugman. We're on board with Brugman. It's alright. They're both in Grace Leakers. I can see a confusion. He's there with Scott.
You can't do. We just saw the double take going into this corner. Does not work.
No. Not superb there, boys.
It's worth a look when you're following that close to someone.
Definitely worth a look. You're absolutely correct. Crossing the line now, Wiesmuller has lost a couple of tenths on this lap. He's down to 0.9 seconds away from Matt Richards for the battle at the lead. And if Brugman gets a good exit, just sideways again. These cars are so prone to oversteer. It's unbelievable, actually. Look at this as well. Just a tenth away from each other. Talbot and McGregor both. McGregor's way too wide through there. Is that going to give? Press the wrong button. Oh, look at this. I think he's through. Talbot's through. Down the inside. They're going to go side by side, possibly through this section, but McGregor ducks in behind. So Talbot takes the position away. I
don't know how bad of a thing this is at this point, because it is so early in the race. JT clearly has a little bit more pace. With Talbot, McGregor's all over the track at this point. He's just sideways.
Oh, look at these two as well.
Oh no, you can't.
Oh no, he's not going to squeeze him into the pit wall.
Don't try on the outside.
No, he backed out. There's as you see, the pit wall flashing by.
If
that was me, I don't think I'd have given him room there.
It is not
just
worth
left in there. Here you go, but pit if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. He's got to run. He's going to go for the inside. Is Brugman going to take the position away from Sovic?
See, he's too far to the inside though. You have to keep close to the guy you're trying to pass on the outside, so you're not making the corners so sharp, because you got no momentum coming off the corner then. Make the corner as straight as possible.
Brugman thinking about it again, but he's not brave enough on the brakes, is he?
No, you got to commit. As Sovic is sliding the car around a little bit. And
sorry.
What do we got?
0.1 seconds between the leaders I've just spotted.
Oh, look at this. 0.1. And so Richard's still holding it. Risa Mueller, I think he's trying to shake him up a little bit, but they're coming up on some lap traffic.
Oh, it's Ocker Clint as well. That's not the person you want to
that is very, very good job. Just let them get through, carried through. No harm, no foul.
I wonder if we can just see whether. Actually, on replay, it's alright. I've abandoned that idea. I was hoping to see if we could catch Richard's mistake. Oh, he's too deep in turn one. Here we go. Is Visa close enough?
Nope.
Not quite. The thing is, you run wide in turn one, you get a better exit. So
exactly.
So it's about the slingshot, isn't it? You've got more straight to deal with then.
Yes, it's very much like a slingshot.
There's only so many times you can do that voice before people start getting it.
Yes, I know.
Ayala's, by the way, back up to 5th place in general.
Oh, Steeler's through! He's through!
He went for the move!
Oh,
he didn't look close enough.
Richards
holds on to it.
Yeah, that's the width of the track.
Is he going to go for the undercut? Is he going to go for the undercut?
Richards being very, very nice. He's gone
for the undercut. He's gone for the undercut.
Richards wide. He's around the outside. The pit wall's going to come up really, really fast here.
Oh, Vizabon's going to squeeze him. He's going to squeeze him side by side.
Oh, he gave him some room. Well done for.
And Richards takes the position.
Oh, Richards goes through. Oh,
Vizabon was nowhere near brave enough on the brakes through there.
There might have been contact, and it might have been he might have let him by.
Potentially, but
maybe just pop on replay just to see if he did let him through.
We've got to go back a fair distance, sorry boys, but I doubt there was contact. No, Richard's just wide. Richards was wide,
and then that got him at the inside, and it went side by side.
Oh, and he got the grass as well, so and Vizamon just threw it up the inside. So let's head back onto live. So Vizamon is back through. He's back through. Back through into 1st place.
Let's see if we can catch the real.
Wow, I don't want to head away from it now. Oh, Richards sideways! Got away with it.
Wow.
Hang on to that, Richards. This is the problem you had last time at Salzburg Green. You've got to stay there.
Yeah,
stay there. You've got to be in it to win it.
In it.
I will try the replay now. So, must have been through turn 1. Oh, Richards way too deep. Last time he got away with it. This time, no chance.
This is it's you know what? When you get into these positions, this is where the calm hands come in, and it will come with time. Richards is still fairly.
By the way, he's dropped down to 10th place. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
No, it's okay. No, I just saying that Richards is still young and still working at breaking that win barrier. And once you get your first win, it's a lot easier after that. You find you're a little more calm in these positions where, you know, the race is yours to hang on to. So now what he needs to do is put his head down, get into a groove, and try to stay on the back of Risa Mueller and hope that he can get close enough to either force him into a mistake or he makes a mistake on his own. Yeah,
definitely. He's using all of the track he possibly can. Look at the bumps through there. The Sleeker bucking around like a tired old racehorse.
He's a little more settled now. Tveit still holding strong in 3rd. McGregor's now up to 7th. Talberg and him have.
Ayala's round!
Oh, Ayala's around!
Oh, no, Clint's around! Oh, Clint's huge contact! Is he on the? Is he off the racing line though?
There goes Talberg. Who's through?
He is off the racing line.
Everyone's off. Okay. Very good. So Ayala's spinning on his own, getting sideways on his own. This now allows.
What's happened here?
I think he just locked up under braking.
Oh, he's locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, just locked up a little too heavy on the brakes.
Taplin is in a solid 4th place now, and he's not that far back from Tveit. Just by the way,
we've seen Tveit lose his tires at the end of the race, especially if he's having to push. And yeah, I mean, Taplin looks in a good spot. We've seen him consistent to the end of the race. He's in a good spot to possibly take his first podium.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I would hazard a guess that he'll be challenging Tveit before too long, actually. These two are embroiled in a fantastic battle, aren't they? And Nielsen and Brugman still having a go at each other. But Brugman just doesn't look like he's able to... Oh, it doesn't say that! Nielsen's round! Oh! And he's just about avoided being collected. But he's dropped back to 11th. So Rosenmeyer would benefit. And Brugman and Rosenmeyer are going to go side by side here into the right-hander. And I think it's going to be Brugman's. Oh, he's too deep. They almost did what Tommy Ayala did. Oh, it's all happening suddenly on lap 18 of this race. We're just about heading up towards half distance. And these guys are suddenly all over the shop.
Yeah, this has been a little up and down here. Richards is now 1 full second back of Wiesemuller as he does.
Yeah, Wiesemuller does a 7.9. That's a good lap time at this stage of the race.
And you got to remember, there's still only another
7.7, Keith.
There's only 27 laps to go, or 26 laps to go.
26.
Not much time for anything to happen.
Oh, no time at all.
No, not at all. I'm curious. I didn't ask any of the drivers ahead of time, but I'm curious if anyone will actually pit
at any point in the season. To be honest, Keith.
Yeah, I know.
I just think it takes too long. To be honest,
I think so too. Especially
the long pit lane.
Yeah, for sure. But it really just depends on what kind of pace you can maintain throughout the race. But maybe just do a rundown of where everyone sits. Yeah,
I just want to highlight the DNF so far. We've had a few, and unfortunately we've been watching further up front. But we've lost Carlos Ortiz. We've lost Gary Lennon as well. I didn't see what happened to him. Tony Matthews is gone. Thomas Demelin as well, out of the race, and obviously Simon Shepherd was.
Oh, Taplin's up to 3rd. Tveit back to 5th.
What happened there?
I just caught.
Oh, Sveit's down to 5th.
He's down to 5th as Oyala's trying to make his way by.
See if we can catch that. I hope we can catch this.
If not, I might just.
Oh, look at this! He's spun. He's flat out spun. Oh, way too much speed. Way too much speed.
This again comes into as the race goes on, you kind of get a little complacent. Especially if you're running on your own, you're not around a lot of people. You can miss your braking marks. You can miss. You can literally just.
Oh, Sveit's done it again. He's had to throw it up the inside here.
Oh, that was Ayala. He just came in.
I know. Yeah, Ayala got out of the way for him, but Sveit's.
Well, look what's happening here. This is what we saw at Spa. Ross McGregor is quietly creeping his way up. He's now up to 7th, but he's with Thalberg and him have closed up quite a bit. Tveit is just ahead of them, and same with Oyala. But Rob Taplin is sitting in 3rd position, en route for his best finish ever at TouringProSeries, and we'd really love to speak with him if he does, manage to hold things out together here.
Yes, I agree. I don't believe we've ever had an interview off Mr. Taplin before, so it'd be great to talk to him. He's been a solid challenger this season.
He's 6th in the championship right now.
Yeah, he's 12 seconds off the lead. He's not that bad at all, considering the pace that the leaders had. RW does a 108.5, so a good 7-8 tenths off. Obviously, had a bit of trouble lapping that back marker there, so not over. But you'd have to say he's favourite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'd be hard to pull off Robert Wiesemuller right now without him making a mistake, because Richards doesn't seem to be able to just edge forward like Wiesemuller. Wiesemuller had a slow lap that time around 108.5, which allowed Richards to close up at 10th. But it's just it's got to be more.
Yes, definitely. Got to be more consistent.
Exactly. You can't be pulling off like. He's only picking at grains of sand here. He needs to be taking whole chunks of earth.
Oh, I love it. What a great analogy. Oh, Lars Brugman has disappeared. Oh, excuse me. He's up to 8, isn't he? Because Nielsen.
Oh, what is this battle back here? We got is that Sovic and Junt just behind there?
Yep, Junt in behind
right
Nielsen.
On the back. And in behind there you got Sovic and and off goes Junt. Just a little sideways there, but Nielsen drops the wheel as well. Junt drops. Everyone seems to be just dropping wheels here and there, and
dropping bombs.
Yeah, bombs over Baghdad.
Not sure exactly why that was the case, really.
I think that might be just struggling a little bit there with a little connection there.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. As Wiesemuller now pulls to 2 full seconds away. Looks like Junt is on an extremely high ping at the moment. He's over 1200. That would do it.
Oh dear. Not exactly what you want. Well, we've got a small.
Well, Thalberg is right on the back of Tveit now. This is for 5th position as Tveit is struggling to keep these guys at bay.
Yeah, he's obviously struggling. The amount of rubber he's laid down on the track there through that section, he's obviously struggling with, well, mainly braking, it seems to be. Oh, and Ockerclint just gets out of the way. I have to say, I've got my head in my hands. I can't deal with overtaking Ockerclint, lapping Ockerclint. He's into the wall now, see? It's so unpredictable.
Oh, look at this, Oyala. Is that Oyala? No, sorry.
Brugman side by side with McGregor. This is his 7th place. McGregor's dropped back from Talbot just a little bit over the last couple of laps. This has allowed Brugman to close up, and look at the run he's got. In fact, he had to lift off through there.
He did, yeah, and that unloads the car. And actually, one of the worst things you can do is lift off as you're going through a fast corner, because the suspension unloads and it just wants to step around on you.
Lift off oversteer.
That's exactly
the death of many a rear-wheel drive owner. If you've got a
lift off oversteer,
yeah, definitely. It's
first time
fun.
ever driving a Formula car was the first thing they told me is do not lift off if you're going through a corner because the car will spin. And I'm going, what do you mean? So I tried it and went around and spun into some tires.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was good times.
But they enjoyed that.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Welcome to the repair build.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a very slow spin. It was only a Formula 1200, so.
Oh, do about 5 miles an hour then.
Exactly. 4 speed, just. It was great once you got going.
Yeah, I bet. So Ayala's crawled his way back into 4th place as a result of Tveit losing the back end.
Yes.
Politest way to put it.
As you see Tveit in the background sideways.
These two guys are head and shoulders above the rest of this track, actually, you'd have to say.
Hands down,
Richards
yeah.
and Vizima.
But you know what?
Oh, Matt, please.
Well, we say that now, and we also have to point out Matt Richards has done a lot of racing at TouringProSeries. He's actually competed in 76 races at TouringProSeries. He's
almost as many as me.
It's fantastic, actually.
How many have I done?
I can find out.
Yeah, please inform me.
Toby Davis has done a total of 145 races.
Okay, we'll just gloss over the fact that I've done so many.
But back to Matt Richards. Matt Richards has done a fantastic job over his racing. But I believe best finish has been. I'm just going to quickly pull this up here.
He's had a podium, of course.
He got a podium. Round. Yeah, he podiumed at Salzburg Ring. That was his very first podium in TouringProSeries. So. This would be his best finish if he could finish off in 2nd. But I know, it's the progressive climb as you're getting better and you're starting to find your own, get your footing, and getting yourself to a spot where you're now competing for podiums on a regular basis. It's a good feeling. But to break that barrier and to get your first win is just kills you.
Yes,
it literally eats away, and you're just like, maybe I did this, maybe I did that.
He's only young as well, Matt Richards, though, you have to remember. We're talking about him now. He's only, what is he, 16?
Yep.
15, 16? So he's a young guy. He's local to me as well, lives in the area.
He's one of the young guns. That's right.
So his brother actually, what's he doing? Oh, really?
Oh.
Matt, pay attention, Sam.
Perhaps he's listening to the broadcast and we should stop talking about him. He just
What's
fell
this
asleep.
all about?
He just fell asleep. He forgot the.
Oh, Matt! Please! Don't do that again.
Okay, close call of the season goes to. He
just
fell asleep. He fell asleep at the wheel. Get this man a coffee.
I'm not impressed with that. So all of what I've just said, just ignore it. He nearly drove into the pit wall.
Okay.
That's just pleasure.
And Talbot cannot seem to get by Tveit.
Oh, he's way too late on the brakes. Has he got it slowed? He has.
He has.
Bit
just
too deep,
barely.
but
Yeah. Good battle between Nilsson and Yunt. It looks like close, not as close as it looks like on.
Let's give some airtime to the guys further back because it has quietened down just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the
Andy
front
Bernard. Here's someone we don't talk about very often, and Raul Pereira as well in the Martini Lancia. That's Richards breaking the rule. Not sure I can deal with it anymore.
Nope. No, we don't need to see that.
He's being lapped by Raul Pereira's just been lapped by Mr. Wiesenmuller. Wiesenmuller coming through to complete another lap, and ending at the front as well. So a shame.
Yeah, it's
So
quite a bit. There's a gap between pretty well everyone. So
yeah, Tor Anderson, we haven't spoken about him. He's in the Toyota Celica, the silver and red. Lots of silver Celicas around. Tim Strout, new to rFactor, new to TPS as well. He's doing a decent job in.
You know what? I gotta say that with Richards making these small errors, Rob Taplin is looking good to close that gap, because Taplin has been absolutely consistent. I'm looking at his laps here. He's banging out 108.5s consistently. Last lap was a 108.7, whereas Matt Richards 109.5 last lap, 109.2 the lap before. I think complacency's kicking in for Richards.
I would say it's overdriving actually more than anything else.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to catch back up with Beesman. He's not putting the lap times he was earlier on. Just keep his head. Keep your head. Get your head down. Beesman was only doing 8.6s. No, the fastest lap was a 7.6.
7.6, I believe.
So if Richard just gets his head down, does low 8s, high 7s, he'll get the back down.
Yeah, you gotta remember though, we're 28 laps in on a set of tires with these things.
Well, that's also true.
Cars are getting lighter. It's more difficult to drive at this point. We've still got another 17 laps to go. So, I mean, mistakes are now on the table for anybody. I mean, I don't care who you are. This is where one lapse in judgment, you fall asleep at the wheel, clip the pit wall, which we almost saw.
I would have never let him live that one down.
No, that would have probably trumped your Bathurst incidents.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's hard to trump because you did it so many times. But
funny guy. This is the closest that Brugman's got to McGregor for a while, by the way.
Yeah.
So these two expect to move
menacing looking car.
shortly.
It looks like Mad Max.
Oh, it's so close, but he just needs to send it up the inside at some point. I'm sure McGregor's a sensible guy. He'll get out of the way.
This isn't a track for like a.
Here we go.
Oh, well, so I say it.
There you go. Send it up the inside. He's still on
Brugman's
the insides. McGregor's there. Oh, and he's lovely. I love that. Give him no room.
Well,
Shove him out wide. Job done.
Very nice move. I think
it's your piece of track. There's no, McGregor's put his car on the outside.
McGregor I think he just ran out of traction there to carry on. But Brugman clearly just a little more solid.
They actually, sorry, go on.
Okay, no, just the car just looks a little more solid and stable than McGregor's. Oof, he goes so deep in there.
They are actually catching fights, these two. As is obviously Talbot is there. They are, as I say, they're catching fights. So there's a possibility this could be a four-way battle for fifth place shortly. McGregor one's a little bit too deep through there, but he's got away with it.
Well, there's just behind these guys, you've got Mate Orban, David Yunt, Nilsson, and Rosenmeyer, who are all within a pretty close. You wouldn't say you could throw a blanket over them, maybe a huge throw, but
tarpaulin.
Yes.
Marquis.
Tarpaulin.
Oh, what's happened here? Oh, that's mayhem! Oh, Orban's had to dive, right? What the hell?
David Yunt got.
Was it Yunt?
There. Yunt.
Oh, it's Yunt!
He's parked. What happened?
Can he get it going again?
Let's pull us back.
Well, he's out.
Okay, pull it back. Let's see what happened there.
What happened here?
So David Yunt gets in.
Oh, he's hit the anti-cut.
He hit that. Oh, yeah, he did. Sideways.
Hit the anti-cut. The car's too low. It's clipped the splitter and he's round.
Yeah.
And that caused mayhem for. Look at Orban on the right. Who's that spinning as well?
Oh, does he hold it? No, he's comes out. No, he won't be able to go to him because he's already out. So.
Trying to catch who that was, but I can't see who that was.
No, you won't be able to. But anyways, David Yunt is out of the race.
Yeah, look, it was
at the 30th lap.
Paul Bruno Sasa Ferreira.
Oh,
completely
just nice slow spin. Love those.
Back to live action then. So. Once we catch a retirement.
David Yunt, unfortunately, out of this race.
Happening in the Yala, the gap's closing a little bit as well. Yala
it is, yeah,
looks
ever so slightly.
Stage. But that allows, Orban's drops back back now. Unfortunately for him, he's
Tommy Oyala up to fourth, or he was running fourth there.
Yeah, because it's fight span, if you remember. So
yes, that's correct.
Yes, so these two look very close as well for the first time in a while.
Corey Anderson DNF as well too. We've got so that just as I said that, we got a nice battle going there. David Yunt catches the anti-cut.
Oh, Talbot's gone for it. He's gone for the move.
I think Tveit just went too deep.
No, Tveit didn't go too deep. Talbot just sent it up the inside, but Tveit has the straight line speed.
No,
I know Tveit is gonna have a go, but
no,
can't
from there.
Right,
no,
I will show you. I categorically.
Way too deep.
Look at the no, he didn't.
Why
look at
is
this from Talbot.
No, he missed the corner. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't. Look at Talbot. Talbot just sends it up the inside. I don't know what you're talking about, Keith.
I don't.
You're not watching the same screen as me. Tveit makes the apex perfectly.
I'm sorry. He was too. He went too deep. Why did he turn in so late?
You knew Talbot was the inside.
No.
Well, okay. Anyway, Talbot moves up into 5th place.
You don't know what you're talking about. Toby, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what I'm doing. How many TPS championships have you won, Keith?
What?
I forgot you won a championship. I'm sorry, that foul planet face. It's because it's my standard. It's my standard question to people, particularly Chris Butcher, actually. Anyway, back to the action and back through the field. Let's see if we've got that. Let's see if these guys have recovered. Nielsen in 10th place. Orban down in 11th. He did lose a lot of time, didn't he?
He did, yeah. McGregor's lost the back of Brugman as well too, which he needs for championship points.
Brugman obviously had the pace over McGregor because he looked like he was going to pass him for many. Really, Brugman?
Oh!
Oh! Nearly lost the back end, but it has allowed McGregor back through. So McGregor moves back into 7th place, and all of the hard work that Brugman's just been doing, working on the back of McGregor, it's all undone in a heartbeat. So, yeah, really.
Yeah,
really,
it's all that hard work he did, but you know, this is where mistakes are more prevalent when you've got.
Matt Richards is looking more and more.
5 seconds to Taplin at this point.
Yeah,
so let me have
more
a look
and more like.
I'm gonna pull his lap up here. He did 109.7 the previous 2 laps ago. He's just making mistake after mistake right now, and he's got to keep his head in this. This would be his best finish ever, and he's got to look at it like that. Okay, yeah. Wiesenmuller's made it through. He's got the pace, and he is I would call it gone at this point. Still another 12 laps to go. Anything can happen, but he needs to focus on that and say, look, this will be my best finish ever. I need to close this out.
Yeah, no doubt in my mind that Taplin is good, right? But Richards is the better driver in my opinion. Sorry, Rob, but that's
very new to TPS, and
of course he is.
He's really.
Okay, so Richards has the experience then, I should say. But Richards should know better by now. He should be doing lap times consistently right now. Is he in clean air? All he has to do is drive the track at 95%. He's not doing that. He's either driving too much, too hard at the track, or he's not paying attention. Those are the only two explanations for these lap times dropping off like they are.
Well, I mean,
there's no excuse, I'm afraid.
No, and now it's down to 4.9, so it's starting to look feasible. Oh no, 15.5. So it's 5.5 seconds. So Taplin is also dropping just a little bit as well too. The other one's that's gonna have to count here is if McGregor can catch Tveit at all, because McGregor needs as many points as he can get out of this race if he's to stay close in this championship battle. Consistency works, but you do need to start getting a little better results if you want to compete for a championship, because Wiesenmuller is showing consistency and pace.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
And he's stamping some dominance here as he's just gotten out front and just gone. I mean, he's cleared the field by 10 seconds now at this point.
And you see, he's got to make hay. He's got to make hay where the track suits him. You know that Celica won't be as good.
He's got to make hay where the track suits him.
Yeah, you got it.
You can't grow hay on a track though.
He won't be as quick at Hockenheim, which is coming up next.
Yes.
You know, or strikering, I wouldn't say.
So what you're saying is the sun is shining here, and he should be making hay now.
Yeah, that's probably the analogy I was trying to use. Yeah.
He won't be able to make hay at Hockenheim.
Oh, because it's too forest.
That's right. Forest. There won't be much. The sun won't be shining quite as much there. No, Oyala sideways a little bit. Talberg not quite closing, but this is a great run for Oyala.
Yes, he's looked good, but again, he's in the Celica. It suits this track. It suited Salzburg Ring. It suits this track. Same for the Capri. Next time out, this is again Ayala's going to be bumped up the championship order, but he's got to hold it on tracks that don't suit his car. This is the fun thing about VTM. and Brugman's close back in on
Toby
McGregor.
Ayala is not new to the front of the grid. He actually won a race in VTM Season 2 at Trois Rivières, where he beat Jesper Talberg, Chris Butcher, and yourself, Mr. Davis, and also Peter Duivelaar. So,
really, what car was he in?
He was in the Ford. He was in the Ford in Season 2.
Oh yes, so he did. I do apologise.
Yeah, just quickly having a look, and anyone who wants to look at any of these results, you can go to results.touringproseries.com.
I think that's part of the reason we signed him for THR. Look at this battle going on here between McGregor and Brugman. Brugman's caught back up, and this time he throws it up the inside. Oh, they're going to go side by side. Is he going to squeeze him? McGregor's got to give that back to him, I'm afraid.
Got to give that back.
Yeah, and he's done so. Good lad, McGregor.
Yeah.
There you go. Through goes Brugman on the inside.
He just didn't want to cause any contact, and I don't blame him for doing that. Because if he hits the anti-cut and gets into him, but he has all the right to cross over and take this back if he can get down the inside. Brugman's got a good run on the outside. That car just looks to me like looks like the car from Mad Max. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that movie. It just does. It's
from the era.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Mad Max is what, late 70s?
I think 80s.
Was it 80s? Okay.
Probably was a Capri.
Probably was.
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Please do. But yeah, so Brugman takes the position from McGregor, which he's already done once. Let's hope Ayala, Brugman, excuse me, doesn't make another mistake and throw it away again. Tvite's not too far ahead of Brugman, you know.
It was in fact the 1973 Ford Falcon Coupe.
Look at this, by the way. I've just been informed by Mike.
Oh, look at this! He's all over the back of Ayala.
Yeah, exactly. Ayala has just made a mistake, I believe. He must have made a mistake. He was reasonably close to Taplin, so... Oh, and he's made another one. Is he going to get away with it? Just about is. But Talbot's looking good for... Who was that spinning? Off in the right-hand side of the screen. I believe it was a back marker. Quite catch which car that was, but any case, Talbot is right close with Tommy Ayala. This is battle for 4th place, and this will be a bit of a save for Talbot, considering he was up on 2 wheels on about lap 2-ish. And lap 3 perhaps it was, and lost a load of ground.
Oh, look at Richards has lost a lot of time on that last sector.
Yeah,
it is now 4.8 seconds to
Lucas Demelin just very nearly flipped over the barrier, I believe, and Taplin did a good job to avoid him. So Taplin
getting some evasive
action. So Richards about to cross the line. Let me know what his lap time was, Keith.
Richards was a...
They're the 4 tenths in the final sector, you know.
109.6 that lap around.
Low.
Taplin still falls in suit. He's at a...
Yeah, I think he... Yeah, I think he had to lift off because of the spinning.
I have a feeling they're lapping very similar. Talberg tries to send one down the inside, as Toby says.
Send one up.
Send one up.
Not going to do it that time round, but I think that's what he did to Eric Tvite, so may well happen again. When these cars bounce through the bumps.
Everyone's doing a pretty good job keeping their cars together after such a long race so far.
Yes, they are.
7 laps to go. I think people have just settled in and they just are accepting the fact that they can't go quite as hard as they did early on.
Biesenberg is showing that as well. He's lapping about a second lap off the pace, driving comfortably within himself, I would say. Let's just have a look and see how he's driving just for a lap.
Brugman is all over the back of Eric Tvite now, and I think he's going to make a move here very shortly. Get on board with
these two as well.
Look back from Tvite as he's sliding that car right up to the edge of the wall there, as we see this pit wall coming up at any second now. Terrifying. Just terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I have to say I wouldn't like to be in this race particularly. With that there, it's just staring at me, wanting me to look at this, great exit.
In the slipstream, on Tvite, down into turn 1, Lars Brugman down to the inside! Let's change camera. Book it! Brugman takes the position away very forcefully and just moves on. He's pulling away.
Apparently they're talking to each other in the TeamSpeak channel, which is our radio communications network, and discussing about who was going to take that position. So I have a feeling that was perhaps slightly premeditated. So.
I have a feeling that McGregor though is closing on Tvite as well too.
Tvite's obviously got
some
kind of performance issue. He saved it. He saved it, but McGregor's going to be there. There he is.
There. And we're on the 40th lap. We've got about 4.5 laps to go.
And McGregor do it. I would say he's in with a shot.
And Talberg is all over the back of Ayala yet again.
Yes, he is.
Right there. Just menacing. Ayala's going to need to really, really hold on here.
I think Taplin's going to take a podium here, by the way.
I think so too.
I think that's just a cracking result, isn't it?
A clean race. Oh, Ayala, he's down the inside.
There's a lapped car. I think it's probably Ocker Clint. I'm not gonna say to anyone else. It's not. I do apologise.
It's the Lancia of
Raul Pereira. That.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Raul Pereira being lapped.
This is close here. Now Ayala's feeling the pinch. Ayala though has been in this position before, but Talberg seems to have found a rhythm that is allowing him to close on Ayala and just apply incredible
look at this
amounts
as
of
well.
pressure.
Look at this as well. It's wide and McGregor's there. So pick a battle, Keith. Do we watch this one or the one further up?
I'll watch Talberg. You keep on this one here.
Just scream if I need to switch to them.
Oh, I can do that.
So McGregor,
Talberg's got a great run. No.
Has he?
Yeah, he's close.
Close.
And they're coming up on a lap car here, so this is going to cause
This could balk Ayala.
The Porsches are just not quite as good coming out of that corner. So
no, they're not. It's again about gearing, I would say. It sounds like it's in quite a low. The gearing is just not in the right rev range. Talbot looks like it's better on the brakes generally.
Yeah, the McGregor Tveit thing is backed off as well too. So McGregor lost a little bit of time to Tveit.
Right, just got a couple of tenths, isn't he? Just a few
and Talberg. I think the Talberg move would be the one that would happen if it's going to happen anytime soon. But it's going to have to happen soon because we're on the 41st lap of 45 here. He's round!
Oh, who was that? What's happened? What has happened?
Mayhem!
Oh, Tommy! Who has he hit? Replay! Who has he hit?
Replay!
Oh, it's someone on two wheels.
And he comes around.
Coming back on the grass. Oh, I think it's Demolin. I think it's Rukas Demolin. Oh, and it was. And then it was Raul Pereira who was over. Raul Pereira went over as a result.
Oh, wow.
And he spun there. That's Bruno Salsa Ferreira. So Talbot takes the position. Look at Brugman, by the way. How is Brugman there?
Oh, look, he's all over the back. Ayala's going to have some damage. And this is going to be the battle of the Mad Max cars here. They just look like it. If you don't know what I'm talking
McGregor
about,
is close, but it's not that close. So Brugman in the silver and black Celica, on Ayala in the silver and burgundy Celica. It's hard to differentiate, but they're close.
They're menacing looking cars, though. That's
Raul Pereira's out of the race, by the way. He's got a disqualification because he slid down the road on his roof and went the wrong way down
Lars Brugman's right up on the back of Tommy Ayala, trying to take advantage of the misfortune of Tommy Ayala. He gets
this is where Brugman needs to be brave, by the way.
Lift off oversteer. Remember, don't want to get too close. But Brugman, I think his car's in better shape. I think Ayala's taken some damage. Ayala's going to try to hold him off here. He's got 2 laps to go. We've just seen some just crazy stuff happen right at the last of this race.
Right in front of us as well.
I know. Lars Brugman got a great run on Tommy Ayala. Looking down to the inside. Can he do it, Lars Brugman? Oh no, Ayala pitches him up over the curve. Brugman's almost into the wall. Oh, that was Tommy Ayala just held the corner and Brugman just ran out of room.
Did he have nowhere to go though? This is the thing.
Let's see.
Did Ayala move over?
Oh, look at the run he's got too. They get on the brakes, get on the binders, side by side. There's some overlap.
Oh, he's squeezed. He's
squeezed. A bit of a squeeze. The problem is if Ayala doesn't turn, he's not making the corner.
Well, no, but Brugman is fully alongside there. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know about you, but
let's have a look.
I'm just going to watch. I don't like this camera because it's unrealistic, but we'll watch anyway. It's just I'm afraid that's a squeeze.
It's a bit of a squeeze. He gets up over the curb.
But but you can't do that when someone's fully alongside. So
he's got to concede at that point because Brugman had full at least a half car overlap.
If I was Ayala, I'd be letting him back through right now.
Yeah, but so this is Talberg is up to 4th. Taplin is sitting at 3rd. We're going to start the final lap here, and things have kind of quieted down after.
McGregor is got by Tveit.
No, McGregor's in 9th. Tveit is front. McGregor's in 9th. Rosenmeyer's up to 8th. Nilsson up to 7th.
What happened here? What happened here? Oh, Tveit's got a puncture. Twice got a puncture, I'm sure of it.
No.
He's going to have to crawl round for another lap.
To be kidding me.
What happened here then?
Puncture.
Hope we can catch this. Obviously, it's obviously had an incident somewhere.
We're going to need to, okay, so...
Yeah, I know, we'll leave that
we still got a full lap. I don't think we're going to catch what happened there. It's too
no, we're
far
not.
back.
It's too far back. It's too much of a risk. Don't want to miss RW's moment of glory, I should say, as he comes up to lap another car.
Yeah, he's going to start the final lap here. Consistent run by RW here.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job.
Fantastic run. Richard's done a great job to keep it together, to keep that second spot. Taplin. Oh, Taplin's up to second! Taplin's up to second!
Richard's made a mistake!
Oh no, as I'm talking about it! Richard.
What happened? Is that a screen freeze?
Are we on replay?
Oh, he's round! Look, he's round! Off the final corner.
He must have had a graphics lockup.
Ah, Richards. Well, that promotes Taplin, and what a result for Rob Taplin! Second place.
Oh wow! So are we?
And Talbot's only 3 seconds back, by the way. I wouldn't put it past Richards making another mistake.
Richards. Oh, he was so.
It's all go.
What happened? What has happened here? So.
Right, let's take stock. McGregor's beaten Tveit to 10th place. Tveit somehow dropped loads of positions, and yeah, I believe he's got a massive puncture. Look at this.
Well, let's get with the Wiese Mueller as he's coming across. He's going to be coming across the line here to take another victory here. Well deserved, with 16.8 seconds clear of the field.
Yeah, what a drive by Robert Wiese Mueller.
Fantastic job by Robert Wiese Mueller.
Second victory of the season for the German, and he will move to Lars Brugman's out, by the way.
Oh,
as Wiese Mueller crosses the line. What has happened to Lars Brugman?
I'll pull it back.
Please find the replay for me. What's going on? Talbot. There's Richards in third. We're going to see Rob Taplin cross the line for second place here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Lars Brugman hit the anti-cut that took out David Yunt.
Unbelievable scene.
On the last lap.
That is unbelievable scene. So, I can't believe that. So after such a great run. Well, so Taplin moves... So let's take stock for now. Taplin, Richards, Talbot, Ayala. Anders Nielsen takes 6th place.
Position.
Rosenmeyer takes 7th. Ross McGregor, a massive save for 8th place. Tveit's going to come through in 9th place, maybe. He's got a puncture, or at least massive suspension damage. Who's behind him? He's got Matej Orban behind him. Tveit's got to crawl through this final chicane. Look at his car! It's undrivable. He's going to come through in 9th place, which is not too bad considering he's had a puncture for the final 2 laps, I believe. It could be massive suspension damage. Matej Orban takes the final position in the top 10. And that's your lot. I think Brugman's going to be classified 11th. That's the case. Brugman's 11th. Sovik's at 12th.
I cannot believe... I honestly cannot believe Lars Brugman had such a good run, and he did so many good things out there, and just a moment of lapse. He just got the exact same thing. I watched the replay. I know, sorry we couldn't show the viewers out there, but he did the exact same thing that David Yunt did earlier on. I think about the 23rd lap or so, where he came in a little hot sideways, clipped the anti-cut with his front left, and just the car stopped dead, spun around. Like the yellow anti-cut cone it's solid. So you hit that, it's like hitting a concrete curb. And it's such unfortunate for Lars after having such a good run, and could have had a fantastic finish. But we've just finished up with this race here. We're going to do some interviews with drivers here in a moment. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Inside SimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
So welcome back to another astonishing round of the Virtual Touring Masters. I mean, what can you say about that, Keith? It's unbelievable.
It was ups, downs, highs, lows, all sorts of good stuff.
We tried the best we could, didn't we?
It was fantastic. I was very excited to watch the racing. No, it was. I mean, we saw some great driving. Robert Wiesemuller obviously taking the plaudits here. He just did a great job, and I believe you have him for an interview.
Yeah, RW. Another win in the Virtual Touring Masters, the second of the season, and it was a little bit easier this time around.
Yeah, I didn't really expect that, but I had good setup thanks to Tommy, who shared his setup with me, and I didn't really have any problems during the race. So yeah, I could bring it home safely.
And obviously another pole position for yourself as well. What were you expecting in qualifying? Were you expecting to be up near the front, or?
I didn't really practice quali runs that much before, and I knew I could do a 7.1 in qualifying, and I did 7.1, and that was not enough, so I just pushed a little bit harder and get a 6.9 in the end and beat Matt. But Matt was really fast, and I didn't really expect to beat him, so I'm happy about the pole position.
Good. And obviously you were toying with the idea of not racing in this round. Obviously you changed your mind, and we're glad you did. But what was the story behind that?
Yeah, I think in the recent weeks and also recent months, I've been not so happy with some of the decisions from the TPS administration. If it's regarding penalties, regarding anti-cheat software, for example, stuff like that. So I felt that I was not so motivated anymore, and I thought I had all my bags already packed. I was ready to go, but then I thought I signed up for this. I gotta finish it at least. So I drove here, and yeah, I think it paid off.
Yeah, good. So well done for taking a victory, and thank you for coming back and racing. And it provides a bit of flavour to the championship. So congratulations. I believe Mr. Barrick has Matt Richards, and I think we all want to know what he thought he was doing in the final half of that race.
Matt, I mean, you had a fantastic run. You've been steadily getting better and better. We were talking about you a bit, and we're set for second place, which would have been your best finish in TPS. What exactly happened at the end there?
It all pretty much started from the start of the race. I just pushed the rear tyres a little bit harder than I should have, trying to keep ahead of Rob when I quite clearly didn't have the pace to stick with him. So I just pushed the tyres too much, and they were nearly flat by the second to last lap. So it wasn't fun.
Well, I mean, you've been getting steadily better, and we were talking about how it's getting that first win will take a lot of the I guess the pressure that comes on. Do you feel that if you get a win, it'll just take some of that pressure off to get it?
Maybe. I mean, I was pretty quick going into the event, and obviously with Rob signing out not long before the event, I thought I had a bit of a better chance. Mm-hmm. And then Rob shows up, and I think, oh. But yeah, I think it would take some of the pressure away.
Well, I mean, you've done fantastic, and we've seen a lot of growth, definitely, and still a podium finish, nothing to shake a stick at. So well done, Matt, on your finish today.
Thank you.
Toby, you have another driver there?
I would hope so. Let's see if we can talk to Tommy Ayala, if he's here with us. Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
So you had a good early start to the race. You made some great moves, to be honest. You were flying through the inside of people, but little mistakes crept in, I guess.
Yeah, same thing as in Sourceburging, that I made my own mistakes, and well, on the last half of the race, I don't know which one of the demolin it was, but he almost lost control of the car and then hit me, so I lost my place to Jesper there, and after that the car was pretty damaged, I'd say.
Yeah, so talk us through step by step the Brugman incident at the last couple of laps.
The Brugman incident?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I had overlap on the last chicane and just went on my line through there. So, and after that I just saw that Lars hit the anti-cut, but he was able to continue.
He was. He obviously dropped back from yourself. You don't feel then at all that you were perhaps in the wrong there, squeezing him onto the inside of the corner, or?
Well, I thought that after the incident that I could have maybe given him more room, but I seriously thought that I had the overlap and Lars would break some more to avoid the anti-cut.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll see how the stewards view that particular incident. So, but anyway, congratulations on a good run. It was a good run from yourself, and obviously a couple of rounds coming up that perhaps won't suit your car so well. But all the best for the rest of the championship, Tommy.
Thank you.
I believe Mr. Anders Nielsen is back in the booth for an interview. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
Mr. Keith.
Anders, well done today, man. It was up and down. Just talk us through how your day went.
Crazy. It's I started off taking it a bit chilly. I got past on some guys, and suddenly in the middle of the race, one of my screens fell to the floor. So instead of 3, I had 2 suddenly, and I had to pick that one up. So I went straight in one of the chicanes, and after that, I was a bit nervous actually to drive. I was afraid that it's gonna fall down again, but at the end, I started to push. It was fun to be somewhat competitive today. Last at Salzburg, I didn't have any pace at all. It felt, but this race was better.
Well, it's good. It's good to see you back up near the front. Do you think you can be up there in the upcoming races?
Not on Norris Ring and Thruxton. I hate those 2 tracks. I can't understand them. But Jyllandsringen and Bathurst I like. So I hope that those 2 tracks probably gonna be better.
Well, it's good to have you back in the booth. We haven't talked in a while, but congratulations on your finish today. And Toby, we thanks to all the drivers again for the interviews. Toby, we saw some good stuff here today. Some late race stuff happening.
Yes.
Another exciting race in VTM.
Yes, it was. Ups and downs, some quality driving and some not so quality driving. That's what you get in Virtual Touring Masters. They're very, very difficult cars to drive and to keep hold of. And due full respect to the drivers that are out there, and putting the effort in and driving them on the limit, because they look horrendous to drive. I don't know about you, Keith, but I'm happy I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I like the booth. It's nice. It's warm up here.
It is warm. You've got tissues next to you as well, Keith.
That's right. Yes, exactly. And a bucket just in case you're going to be sick too.
Lush. Wow. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for putting up with myself and Keith. We both are a little bit ill, to be honest. My voice is starting to go for some reason in the last 5 minutes.
We've got some exciting racing coming up too.
We certainly do, and it's good to be able to talk about races that I'm about to race in. Actually, we've got the virtual Carrera Cup coming up on this Saturday. And this will be at Road Atlanta, which is a fantastic choice. Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan Callum, for putting that in the calendar.
Love it.
I'm very happy with that choice.
Yeah, it's I definitely want to tune in. The Carrera Cup's been fantastic racing. So pretty well any series we've got going on in the winter time is a good way to keep yourself warm with excitement and joy. Yeah,
it's there's a couple of quality leagues out there alongside the Virtual Touring Masters and the Virtual Super Deck Series, of course. If you look at the Virtual Mini Challenge, we've got the next round at Velo Park. That is coming up in January of next year, but look out for that one as well. The minis have been competitive so far. We've got Mr. Chris Butcher leading the championship at the moment, but he's under pressure from Wiesenmuller and Strachan. So there's guys in with a shout there, isn't there? So it'll be about whether these guys can actually hold on to the positions and fight for the championship. But have you been following the VMC much?
I actually commentated on it.
Oh yeah, you did the other day, didn't you? Of course. I knew that.
Yeah, I don't think you did. But speaking of that, it was actually really fun to commentate with John Monroe, who is one of our commentators. Had a great time doing that, and it was good racing as well. We've got the current driver standings also updated, which we're just going to quickly pop up for you here. So this will tell you where everyone sits provisionally with the championship standings.
Yeah, you've got Robert Wiesenmuller, of course, taking the championship lead. He's 8 points ahead of Jesper Talborg, who is ahead of Ross McGregor now. So McGregor drops to third in the standings. Taplin moves up to fourth, and Richards up to fifth. So they're doing well. These perhaps guys you wouldn't say are front runners before the season started. You would have said Tveit, Wiesmuller, Tauborg, of course. But you know, Tveit's down there in 15th. He's had a difficult start to the season. I think he'll win a race. To be honest,
I think so too. I think it'll all come together.
Yeah. But at the moment he's struggling, so we'll see. We'll see how it will play.
And then one thing we didn't get to have a word with Rob Taplin. He did want to speak to me through the chat in game, but it's because he just got a brand new PC. I'm sure we must get a word with Rob Taplin before the season's out. So he needs to get himself a headset. He needs to get TeamSpeak, because if he doesn't talk to us, we're pulling him out.
Well, I actually want to have a word with him for the next round, and perhaps even talk to him in the warmer for the next round.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
Just to sort of see how he's doing and how he feels about the next event, which we'll look at now. We've briefly touched on it, but it will be at Hockenheim, and that's one of my favourite tracks, and I'm gutted I'm not racing there. But I think you'll see a different car win from
maybe do double duty, race and commentate at the same time.
Oh yeah, that'll go well.
Yes, it will.
Maybe with cameras. All right, so thank you all for watching. We've enjoyed ourselves, Keith.
Yes, absolutely. Good times, and look forward to the next one, 2 weeks' time.
Well, actually, it's after Christmas, so...
oh yeah, there's a little thing at Christmas, never mind.
Remember, I've just showed you guys when the next race is. It's on the the 15th. So
never mind.
Enjoy the next round of the Virtual Touring Masters. But until then, we've got the Porsche Carrera Cups this weekend. Don't miss that. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.